Okay, here we go. All right. Hey, so welcome. Listen, if you guys are sitting here talking, I'm going to stop. I'm going to just extend it out. So please don't. Yeah, what he said. All right. So we have some good news this month. Finally, after a year and almost like 18 months. So we are not. But this lady was pissed. Madriel, is this what your lady does? It hasn't been 8 months yet, though, right? All right. Whoops. See, an old guy can do stuff. Here we are. What are we missing?
No alerts.
No alerts, guys. We are barely under. So where it says percentile under unsafe driving, it's 63%. At 65, we go back into alert status. And guess what? Somebody turned into my box last night.
Nice.
Yeah, 6 to 10 over the speed limit. So yeah, you know what that's going to do?
Boost it back up.
Boost it back up. Look at that. We've been coming down. You guys have been working hard. We appreciate the heck out of this. I mean, this is a great improvement. But we've had 2 guys now here recently get speed violations.
Where did they get it?
The last one was in Wickenburg.
Yeah, you gotta watch Wickenburg.
Well, I don't know. I think he was in a construction zone. It said he was in a 30-mile-an-hour zone.
It's what?
And the trooper shot him with LiDAR at 37.
It was in what? 45?
30.
Yeah, it was right there at the bend, right there before Taco Bell.
Yeah.
After Taco Bell.
And that LiDAR, it's wicked.
Yeah, it's right next to the Ford dealership.
Yeah.
They always get you there. They hide
Oh,
in
by the
certain
Ford
spots.
dealership?
Yeah, they hide right across the street.
That's right
There's a
before
spot where they hide.
Okay.
They're always hiding there.
So anyway, so we got to watch our speeds because this is just going to put us right back into alert status. But for the time being, you guys will be enjoying some nice stuff here. So anyways, just a huge thanks from all of us in the office for working hard and not getting violations. So again, we're so close to being back in alert status. If we keep doing it the way we are, it's just a couple bad seeds that will do it to us. So we're right there, 2 points away. That last one will put us up, unless we drop some more off. It just depends. So again, our top violations are 6 to 10 over. We have 10 now, 11 of those when this updates. Again, 4 points. Just the one is 4 points. So if we don't lose any, it's going to put us at, 67? So that's 2 points over. So, again, the failure to obey a traffic control device, that's usually what they do when you guys run the scale house. We have 8 of those. Lane restriction violation, that's California. Got to stay what?
Is that only when you pull over? Or
Yeah, when you get pulled over. They can't use it off the driveway.
Didn't Mexico just make it where we can only get a right-hand lane?
Mexico?
Mexico?
Oh, you gotta watch New Mexico because they got the troopers sitting there waiting when you run the scales. They catch you.
Yeah, same with Utah.
Utah, yeah.
That's where we got the last one. That was where it was. It was St. George. He came over the crest of the hill and started down, and there's a Utah Department of Transportation guy that sits in there right in the median, just popped it.
Yeah.
So, the lane restriction, like I said, that's Cali. Failing to, or where else do we got to watch our lane restriction here? I-10 between here and Tucson, right?
And I-17 Hill.
I-17 Hill, that's another one that they prey on. Then we go down to the 11 to 14 over.
Whoa.
Now we're cooking. And then speeding in a work construction zone. And you'll notice the points. So speeding in a construction zone, whether you're going 1 to 2 miles an hour over, it's a 10-point severity violation. 6 to 10 over is a 4-pointer. Failing to use your seatbelt, 7-pointer. Okay, so we're starting to climb in our crash. You gotta stop crashing. Crashes are expensive, guys. We are self-insured, which means we pay a lot out of pocket. Our deductible is humongous. We just finalized I wouldn't even call it really a traffic collision, but they collided over in somewhere in the LA area. Our driver was making a turn. Mercedes-Benz comes around. The trailer pops the mirror in and rubs on there, and then it rubs the rear quarter fender, doesn't dent it. We just paid $7,000 in
Injury?
injury.
Yeah.
That's California.
See what happens.
That's California, baby.
And there's still one pending, right, on Roman Law, that one that got rear-ended?
Oh, there's more than that. We still have another person, Chris Hames' son, that jacked a car that had like 17 or 20 people stuffed in it, I think. So it's just nuts. But hey, guys, let's pay attention, slow it down, be careful. And we got some little ones here now, so let's watch our language. They probably hear enough from their dad. We don't need to enforce that. So here, our hours of service. We started going down, we started climbing back up. So it's the little things that are killing us right now. We've had a couple false logs. So as a reminder, please do not make any annotations in your log unless you have to for personal conveyance, adverse driving, or if you edit your log. Otherwise, please do not put down loading, unloading, fueling, waiting, none of that. That's the way that the lady caught us. Huh? Because they catch us. Well, he puts down at shipper, and then there's absolutely 0 time for unloading. Or at receiver. So no time. So just don't put it down, guys. It's not required. The only thing that's required to be in there is heck, there's children floating. You're not making a YouTube video from your truck. Oh.
It's TikTok anyway.
TikTok, whatever.
Get up to date.
So, no, I think it was a Facebook one, wasn't it? Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a lot of foul language in that one. Now, derailed.
So,
Yeah, no remarks. Leave remarks out unless you're
if
prompted.
you're loading, you're loading. If you're unloading, you're unloading. If you're fueling, you're fueling. If you're pre-tripping,
Right, but you don't have to put that in there.
I know, but why would you?
I don't want it in there. Just leave it out.
But why would
It's
you?
one less thing you have to do. But instead of putting that in there, how about we start certifying our logs? How about we start erasing other trailers, because at any time I can pull up and there's guys that have 14 or 18 trailers listed on their log. And bills of lading for the entire year. So let's start doing that. PC, when you're using PC, please don't use one of the pre-designed messages that you can fill in. Put down what you're doing. So we've had a couple guys with PC, and they put down, they just hit the thing that says misattributed duty status time. It's not what's required, and we're going to get burned on that. Adverse driving, how much time can you guys use?
Time that you used
time that got delayed,
The time that you got delayed, up to
2 hours.
2 hours. But if you're only delayed 45 minutes, how much time can you use?
No, 3 hours.
45 minutes. So listen, that one shuts off just like the PC does. So please don't abuse it.
I got a question on that, John.
Okay.
So you say you get delayed 45 minutes, you never driving. Like, is it just a Scout's honor system? Like, how does it also know, like, oh, I knew about a crash, you were there for an hour?
That's a good question. So what happens is every time you're delayed, you're stopped, you come to a stop, your GPS drops a pin right there. Except for yours. 'Cause your pin stays in your pocket. But, so every time you stop, it drops a pin and marks the spot. What they can do is when you guys upload your logs into the system, they pull it down, they can hover over on the map, and it'll show everywhere you came to a stop. And it shows it in street view, or like satellite view, so they can see exactly where you were. So we had a guy say that he was going to take a shower, but yet he never left Ryerson in LA. Ryerson doesn't have showers, do they, for you guys? I didn't think so. So don't do stuff like that. They can see exactly where you are. And a good guy, somebody who takes their job seriously as an inspector will burn us. So, who had the question?
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, how are we determining adverse driving? Every company is different.
Well, we follow the law. So other companies might not, but here, so what it says is any weather conditions.
See what you did, John? You scared the heck out of me.
I was trying to figure out which driver was. So what it says for adverse driving is so before you start your day or start your trip, after a valid rest period, if it was forecasted, you can't use it. Okay? But if you run into an accident, so traffic conditions. On traffic, if you're in LA, no cop is gonna go, oh yeah, that's weird. Traffic in LA, or gee, weird, traffic in Phoenix, or Salt Lake City, or San Francisco. You just can't. If you're out in the middle of the boondocks and you run into an accident, then you can claim it. You could say adverse. So if they got you stopped because of a rollover on I-10 out at Mapo's 53, yeah, you stop there, hit adverse, traffic collision blocking, so you can put DC blocking, and then wait until you start to go again, and then do your clock. Oh, 45 minutes. You said TC blocking? Yeah, TC for traffic. Okay. Or ACC, accident, whatever will bring it back to your mind. That's good use of it, so, that's good use.
So we're just saying, because I remember there was something that not to use it.
So-
There was shit like that.
So you're wondering how I would know. An officer would know, that's a good question, how an officer would know. They'd have to make a call to the
You want us to take a picture of the tablet or anything like that?
There would, no. So the way I know is, and I check everybody's adverse, everybody's PC. Because all I do is I look at what time you use it, I go into your day, and I start clicking through the steals. Every 2 minutes it takes a steal.
Or do I have to call his ass and wake him up?
Don't do it. So I look, and if you're full of it, then I just go into your settings and unclick it. Send you a message.
Just like road construction, it wasn't there. Okay, now it's there. Now you started your day, you're rolling in, oh, fuck.
Yeah, there you go. That's a great thing. It wasn't there, you had no idea about it prior to starting your day. Good.
I had one question.
question, what if it's like, traffic where you like stop and go, you're not even rolling, like maybe 10 miles an hour and then you stop like a minute after, it's just like that on and off, can you still use it too, or you dock from?
Absolutely, no, you can still use it.
Anything unforeseen, right?
Yeah.
It's not-
It's unforeseen. But if you're only going slow, and you're going, say, 10 miles an hour, slow it down, 10, 20, and then slow down. And it does that for like, say, 45 minutes. But in that 45 minutes, it would have taken you 15 to travel that 45, and you can plan a half an hour.
Okay.
So
But
you
your
just-
tablet will automatically add 2 hours of drive time and on-duty time too. You just can't use it all. Now, if you stopped on the freeway for 3 hours, what's the maximum time you can use?
2 hours.
2, it'll only give you 2. So we had a question on
I don't
Oh. Pull the hats forward and then you remember.
If you stop, this is a scenario that I had no idea. If you stop, there was a fatality accident, and we were on the freeway.
No, you don't have to.
What?
So, if you get to an accident, right, or traffic, whatever, so it's gonna keep you on driving, right? And then you need to push it back to off duty, or just leave it in driving, and then claim whatever you were stuck.
Claim it when you get to the thing. And then you can notate how much time.
So just leave it in driving.
Yep, don't push off duty.
I mark it with an off duty,
Where?
No.
so I know where I gotta go, and I change.
When you get to adverse driving, don't go to off duty. Unless you're off the ramp or off in the dirt, and you sit. Remember, off duty means you can walk away. That's what off duty is.
Well, you can walk away when you're driving too.
Sure. Thud, but anyway, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, we were stuck on the freeway for 4 hours, could not go anywhere. It was fatalities, it was meat wagons everywhere, there was, and we could not move for 4 hours. One day.
You go to sleep at first.
Then I would have done exactly what Ted just said. I'd pop sleeper berth and crawled back there and said, wake me when it's over.
I'm not saying I did it.
Yeah.
I don't
So,
give you your time back.
yeah, that'll split your sleeper berth.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You always gotta think about how can I keep moving. So listen, so when you guys drop a trailer, erase that sucker out. And you go into your hours of service, down to your today's log, and it'll pop up your trailer and your bill of lading number. Once you drop that load and that stuff, wipe it out. Get rid of it. Then once you pick up the new trailer, say you go through 6 trailers in a day. The only one I want on there is the one that you're dragging. The only bill of lading number. And stop putting down, just use bill of lading numbers. Stop doing the chipper and the commodity. That's another good way to get caught doing stuff. We're trying to help you guys lessen the ability to get caught doing things. I mean, I'd like more if the cops wrote a bunch of citations, because then that would help you guys stop doing it. Right? When they only write the company up, we're the only ones that get screwed. Our vehicle maintenance. It's same place or just a little bit higher than it was 6 months ago. So the thing that's tied to that is load security. That's why every week, every safety meeting, we go over load security. Because so many guys just don't get it. During orientation, how much time do we spend on load security, Mike?
Pretty much all day that day, we go over, go out, go straps, and go over our, yeah.
So we got to get better at that. Pre-trip, post-trip inspections will save us a ton of time. Our #1 violation is still lights, inoperable lights. Not a big point violation, but there's a lot. And so inspection, repair, and maintenance of parts. That's just the general one. I don't like it when they write that. ABS malfunction indicator lamps on the trailers. People unplug them, make sure that they work. You guys know how to check your ABS malfunction light?
Yeah, you get the brake. Back on.
Negative, Ghost Rider.
If I do.
So, the proper way to do it is to take your key in the off position and pull it to the on position, not start. Watch. It'll click, 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 the light will come on, then it goes out. That means you've got a proper connection and everything's working good.
I know a lot of trailers are freaking out, maybe that's like, the truck turns on, they don't report it, whatever, so they fix it.
Right, we got to report. How do we
Three of them
report?
this week, and everyone.
DVIR. So Scott gets an email.
Very good. DVIR. Don't walk in and tell the mechanics, hey, I got this, this, and this, and this. So it's not doing things right. Our driver fitness. Again, this is not what kind of shape you guys are in. This is using our glasses when we have glasses on our driver's license or medical card. It should be on both if it's there. And then hearing aids. So if we're outside of that, then they write us for this. So this one should be dropping off here in the next few months. So we'll go
You got
back
somebody for that?
down to, oh yeah, we'll get it all done. We get guys, Utah, the port of entry going into Utah, they're on I-15, they're real good at catching people not wearing their glasses. And the funny thing is most people who have to wear glasses when they drive, it's because of what vision? They can't see close or far. To drive, you gotta be able to see what? Far. So they'll send them over to Walmart. Does Walmart have anything but readers? And that's for close up, so it's just stupid. So here it is, and it says, driver operating a CMV, commercial motor vehicle, without proper endorsements or in violation of restrictions. So this is the law. And it says a person shall not drive a commercial motor vehicle unless he or she is qualified. And what qualifies you are these things. You're 21, you can do other things, and then we go down to 10. And it says has a visual acuity of 20/40 in each eye. If not, it's been corrected to at least 20/40. And then the 11 talks about first perceived whisper from, I think it's what, 5 feet away. So, does the doctor ever check you guys for do the whisper test? Yeah? No?
The one, the chiropractor one that he does.
He does? Does he do the whisper?
No, this one without you trying to see if I can hear it.
From behind? I'm sorry. All right, so look, our ISS score is 34, guys. Last safety meeting, what was it? 60. So almost dropped in half, but yeah, thanks to 2 guys, that's going away. So to 34, when you run your DOT number, it pops up green. They'll 99% of the time wave you by. Go. Green.
And if you don't get one of your old,
I haven't got a bypass it.
When will we update your tablet? And did you
I do
log
every
into
week.
the new? No, when did I update?
3
Yes,
months ago.
there we go. So listen, if I'm not updating your tablet, guys, you're not getting the correct update. And then you won't get bypassed because your drive-bys won't work properly. Okay? Well, you'll be down here again sometime. All right, so let's talk a little bit here. What do you guys think about this?
That looks beautiful.
Really?
I like it.
It looks like crap. So,
it looks great. Just
They should have put those one beams on the bottom, on the top.
And then we got 2 straps on
They have it backwards.
how many belly straps do they have? Just 2, right?
Only 2 should be 4.
Yeah?
I think it just.
There's more than, there should be more layers than just one.
A couple of chains.
Yeah? You gotta put chains, guys. If you're not using chains on steel, you're playing Russian roulette.
I know how to fix
And
that.
it's not only with yours, you. When you guys play Russian roulette, guess who else loses? When there's a loss, we lose.
Plus,
We
you
lose.
forgot the two up front. Two.
Doesn't have to be 2 of them. That's a That's a California thing that we argued with them on.
So, multiple layers.
But I will point this out.
You're not gonna wear it.
So look, right here, he's got 2 straps on his dunnage. So, good job.
So, John, question.
Okay.
So on these tier straps,
Yeah?
is it legally required that you have more than those 2?
Yeah.
How many are required on that by law?
What's required to go over the top is required to go through the center.
We ain't got enough ratchets for that though.
I know you don't, but you have to change. Right.
Chain will touch it.
There we go, change through the center, and I don't know,
On the same stuff.
I would not haul this without change.
I've seen trailers in here with like next level on it, and they'll be 8 high. There's no tier straps. It's just all over the top.
That is somebody who gets a big pass here, okay?
Okay,
That's all I'll say.
but that is illegal. Like DOT will pull them over and write.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, guys. You guys are flatbedders. You go down the road like this, it's like seeing up a skirt, okay,
Hey, look at
of your day. You know what you're getting.
It's no fun unless you can play.
And so the troops or any DOT inspector drives down the road and they see this, they can go, I know he's in violation. Boom. The sex lights come on and off to the corner you go, off to the side of the road you go.
But then you said that if it was not town, like put like the first 3 layers and then another 2 layers or 2 layers.
No, no. What the law says is that on multiple layers, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, right? So where should your gut straps go through? Fourth or what? Fifth. Very good. 5. On an odd number, you go up 1.
On a load like that, I'd go every 3.
But was it 2 feet? And then you need to put the.
No, any load that has a first tier over 6 feet off the ground, and there's only 2 tiers, you gotta tier strap that one. But if it's not over 6 feet off the ground, you gotta go through the center or one above, if it's on, and then over the top. So where you guys go over the top, there should be a tier, there should be a gut strap right next to it. Over the top, gut strap.
Your
Top,
book
gut strap.
says 5 feet.
Huh?
Your book says 5 feet.
My book?
The load security book.
My book, that book. Not this mic.
So you said that somebody gets a pass on securing the way they want to.
Yeah.
So that's not really good because
No, it's not.
because somebody will come in and see that load and never done it before, and then he'll get a load 2 weeks down.
Holy cow, who has said that to the owners? Yeah.
Because
Oh, I know.
they'll see it and
Listen,
then they'll think, hey, that's how it's
fire.
listen, there's certain people in the room that know who it is.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna point it
Well,
out.
I know, but what I'm trying to point out is, as
Put your
drivers,
hands
we
up, we
need
need to know you though.
No, he's not. He never comes to
We see
these.
your fucking truck and we know who you are.
He's not at these, okay? So, I just wanna point this out. Look at that. How many straps are on there?
None.
Actually, there's one.
Where?
Right here. It's purple.
Oh, that's a
Oh, there's 2. There is 2. My bad.
But there's chains on it, so it don't matter.
Are those prescriptions, huh? Yeah. You don't have regular glasses?
Look how good your rings do.
Because I'm walking outside.
Come on, I'm good. I don't know.
There is one problem.
What? There is no cross change in the front, but he did a fantastic job. So this guy called me, he goes, John, what should I do? I said, if it was me hauling it, I would use chain, and butters. And he pulls in, I was so happy with this. Because this is securement. More work than throwing straps? Yeah.
But then you gotta put all the extra protectors up there, crawl back and forth.
Yeah.
Change.
That's what works, guys. I mean, he bit down, he belly wrapped it
You don't get
even.
in trouble for that strap touching the top section of the
It should have had an edge protector. Well, I think the D-ring's touching it. The D-ring's touching it. So look, I mean, he belly wrapped it in 2 separate spots. He teardropped it on the securement, grabbing 2 of the rounds. Just, I'm super impressed, man.
Oh, God.
This is off the internet. But we haul this all the time, right? Who is it?
That's the-
What load is that?
Interstate still, I think.
Interstate or Ryerson, something like that, right?
Ryerson.
Yeah.
That looks like Ryerson.
So,
Where's this tarp at?
oh, hey, they wrapped yours in plastic, right? So, Ryerson's were starting to wrap in plastic for everything. I
You
am
can't take off.
freaking tired of buying steel for Ryerson that they tell me that they're throwing away because it got rusty and we pay for it. Sick. So they're starting to wrap everything in plastic.
Colorado was the one that's doing that. They're,
Yeah.
that's the only one that don't get wrapped.
Well, it's
Everywhere
getting
else
wrapped
gets
now, baby.
Is it getting wrapped now?
Yeah. So, look, what's he have? He had a chain on here. I don't think it was cross chain because it wouldn't have gone through his cab like that. Nope. Look at this.
Young driving again?
Look at this. So this, huh? So, hey, why don't we do this? Rub rail is there to
Yeah,
secure
quicker.
what? Bungees, and bungees only. It is quicker.
It's not really quicker, you just.
I just don't do it.
Yeah.
Just
lazy.
That's actually.
Lazy, there you go.
I've never done that.
So listen, the rub rail is only there to protect, it was designed to protect your straps during a side swipe. It's there to secure your bungee cords to, but it's not there to secure your straps to. So, please, let's not do this at all. Look at this, all the way down the other side. He did have one bungee cord hanging there. All right, so out at CMC, anybody who's given the opportunity, anybody who's given the opportunity to haul the 72s out of CMC, this is the way you have to do it. I spent an entire morning until 11 o'clock out there. And the guy that helped, what a good guy, didn't complain once. We started out with 6, and then, what do you notice about this picture? Where is the dunnage?
It's
Oh,
forward.
it's the back. That's the back of the trailer, so it's,
Right, because
it's forward.
what you don't have back here is support. The support starts where your stake pockets are.
Wait,
Yeah.
aren't they supposed to go around the stake pockets and not in them? Cause it just.
Go in them.
They can go in them?
You're using 2, they're pretty sturdy. So we had to go up 6 high, 3 wide. And CMC has this same chart out there. So your number 7, 8, 9 rebar, you got to go up that high. He was 18 inches off the ground.
Don't you have to be 2 feet from a drop on the back? Doesn't it have to be from an angle?
No.
Can't you put a belly out there and suck that down so?
Well, yeah, this was unstrapped, so.
They wouldn't let me do that. They only let me-
Well, I know. So we had a big problem. They weren't letting. So let's.
I don't want to put the board there in between, I'll put it back more.
You need to put it further this way.
Yes.
Yeah. So, CMC was telling guys, don't get out of your truck. Don't. I'll tell you when you can. The other thing is they weren't letting you put your dunnage. Before you pull in, set it up. Then they know. So they have these same pictures. I printed this off, laminated them, took them to CMC for their request. It's the only way we could get it to stand. But you gotta chain this son of a gun down tight, man. Because if that rolls forward,
There's no way to build like portable little stands to that.
where are we gonna put it?
Well, I get that.
Whatever you decided that,
But-
build like metal ones, and then you can put the boards in.
We have like 200.
Because isn't that overweight, like with all that weight sitting on that one chain?
He weighed 80,400.
No, I'm talking about like the support, that chain's holding, is
No.
all that on the back.
No, it's just holding the dunnage up.
Those are gonna be live loaded, right?
Live loaded. So, when you get there, you're gonna pull up, make sure you're already secure. Make sure your dunnage front back is the same.
And with 72, you
Look
can
at
stretch
it.
out like you're going with your
This is
drive.
from the other side, guys. Make sure that when you put your chain on there, It's to one side or to the other. Why is that?
So you can adjust it.
Because all load securement has to be adjustable. Very good, Elroy. And if it's underneath where you can't get to it, is it adjustable?
Yeah, it's
No.
too tall.
What are you gonna get
It's
on?
too tall.
That's not too tall. That's where you gotta be. And we're not buying 53s
Or stretch that side.
or stretches. Yeah, we're just not.
John,
Here's the front. So you're able to go, yeah.
I got a question.
Okay.
So if you get that load and you just go straight to CMC, are they gonna supply you with all that dunnage?
No, I want you to pick up most of the dunnage here and you need to bring most of your dunnage back.
Where are you gonna put it?
So CMC is, so this is the hard part for them. Is CMC knows that this is the only way we can transport it properly. CMC also buys life force from guess who? Chino Valley Lumber. Us. So they're starting to pitch a little bit of a bitch because they
Well, then,
they
tell
feel that we're
Steve to
getting
bring some
screwed.
down to us then, because that shit out there sucks.
Yeah, well, I've been asking them to build a rack so that we can put it in and keep everything from turning into, U's and J's and stuff like that. We just want irons. So, again, two points of contact, we put the dunnage in between it, we don't go way far forward, because guess what? There's not a dang part of structure underneath there. So, you can see in this corner, the only thing that's holding that front beam on there are those corner pieces and a bit of your fifth wheel. There's no structure up there. They're not meant to have a lot, all the weight sitting up there. Same with the back. So if we look at the back, that's the back. There's nothing. So please don't let them do the dunnage. I found several trailers out here today that the dunnage is all the way at the very front. And that's just destroying our trailers, guys. Trailers have gone through the roof in price. Look at this. I really like this. I don't know who set the dunnage up there, but it needs to be secured. But anyway,
Hey, John, that was 29 or 28 dunnage just for the load you just showed.
30
no,
pieces.
it's
Yeah, 18, 11.
18 and 12.
18 and 12.
Okay, so
Or
that's
11,
behind
29.
that. So that's 30.
That's 30. Yeah.
So if you go deliver that, then they pick up a lumber
Hang on.
load.
Not
No,
everybody.
that's just for the two sides.
Not everybody's getting these loads,
Drop
guys.
more off than the lumber.
If Kelly calls you, because we're not putting them on everybody, you're hanging 15 and a half to 16 off the back. Not everybody's gonna get them. Because you've gotta have some experience. Because if you start turning, you make a right turn in an intersection, guess what's, just like a can open cars,
There's one
man.
other thing is with that report, if you wait, they got over scale, because when I went over scale, I was almost 41,000 pounds on that. With those.
Oh, really?
It's heavy, so was the other guy that got loaded.
Yeah.
I was watching, he was almost 3,560 pounds.
So that's the other thing, guys. CMC has opened their new scales. They weigh your axles. Every axle is its independent weight. How much are we allowed on our trailer axles? 20 a piece, right?
Permit says 18.
It's over 20 on the rear, is what I'm saying, is the one
It
axle.
should deflate and inflate when it levels it out within like 200 pounds of each other.
Hey, Wyatt just said that, and it does say it on the permit, it gives you the individual axle weight on the permit, and I think he said
Says 18.
18,000 on the trailer axle.
Really?
Yeah, our permit said 18
I'll
dollars.
get with Maria. Thank you. This is done real well. He cross-chained two separate spots. This is a side view. You have your tier strapping. Very, very, very good. Super, super impressed. I really impressed. Everything has edge protection. Everything looks really good. Look at that. What's there on the back? Flags. Now, when do we have to flag at White Mountain Trucking?
Anytime it hangs over.
1 inch.
Anytime it hangs over the back. And what else do we have to do with that? Lights. Why do we do that? Are we required by law?
I think at nighttime, we might be required by law for lights.
3 feet is where you have to flag and light per the law. Why do we do it? It's called reduction of liability, okay? With everything going on in the world today, trucking companies get sued constantly. It's because minimum for any truck out there, you have to have, does anybody know the dollar amount? No, 750,000 is the minimum. Yep, 750. So, any attorney out there, if I have to sue a car or a truck, cars are required minimum 30,000 here in Arizona, so which one am I gonna go after? Who has a deeper pocket? Right. The one on the right, excellent job. Two chains. And this is what I'm talking about, having your binder out on the side. That way you can adjust it at any time. And we all know as you go down the road, what happens? Everything settles.
I thought you don't want us doing it up on the front corner.
No, that's what I was gonna point out next.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
So now, this one is getting jacked up. So out of CMC, what do you do when you find a trailer like this?
Call the forklift.
Call the forklift. You'll lift it up, you scoot it back, chain it down.
Well, sometimes it takes an hour to get back there.
Huh? Oh, that's what I was gonna say. So at CMC, when you guys are loading under the crane, do not get out. I mean, they were freaks when I was there about the crane portion. So you had to get on the radio. Okay, walk under the crane. Walk under the crane. Yeah. And so.
You have to walk with somebody.
Yeah, you have to walk with somebody. So when they give you your paperwork, you can say, may I get out and check my load? Yep. Now you have to have your hard hat, your vest, pants, boots, and a shirt. They probably want a long sleeve shirt. But they'll let you get out. You walk with the guy, you look at your load, make sure everything's golden. They'll walk you back up to the cab and you pull forward out from underneath the crane. So, unless they give you your paperwork out on the other side of the crane. So, they're just really worried about the cranes. OSHA has gone berserk with crane stuff, so. But no, this tears up the front of our trailers. Not a good way to change it. Not a good way. But I have this picture so you guys can see that that binder is adjustable when you stop and are doing your load checks. This load impressed me. It's out there right now. Whoever loaded this did a phenomenal job. What do you guys see in here in the front? Chains going through each level. One at the bottom, one going through the top. Then he's got his straps. This is one of the straps on there though.
You wish we got Express.
I didn't have his corners on there.
Yeah, that should have had a corner protector on there.
Did
It's going over
everything
that.
right, it
On the
just
top,
comes
you
up.
guys put corners back.
Yeah.
They always ready.
So here's halfway back. More chains, both levels. He's got a strap running through the bottom.
Can I ask a question real quick? So when they run on stretches, you only have to strap front and back. You don't really strap middle.
Well, you can't strap where
Yeah,
there's
strap
not-
middle, so then on these, it's the same thing, isn't it? Well, because when you haul the stretch, they're hauling the same stuff, you're just hauling a little longer, right?
Yeah.
So, if we have to do chains in the middle, not saying we have to.
No.
Doing it.
We only want chains in the front and back. So this person just went the extra mile. That's what I'm pointing out. I mean, it's just amazing. This is in the back. So there is a problem with this. But we have 6 sets. Front, middle, center, strapping, done real good. What happened to my slides, damn it? Oh, I think it's coming up. But this is why we do it. Some of you guys got to see it, some of you didn't. But this is why we take care of proper load securement, cross-chaining the front. And this individual is, look at how far out of his seat he came. I didn't brake hard. Remember, Mike?
Hello.
I didn't brake hard. Look at him look back. Where'd that come from?
I've already tapped my brakes.
Yeah, he said, I barely tapped my brakes. A week prior, I got into him for the same thing. He almost smashed the car in between him and his trailer. Now he's claiming an injury. He said, and I quote, the load hit me in the back.
Didn't you watch the video?
Yeah, but he didn't see that. So, this is where he's telling his trailer.
All the other pieces coming.
The air conditioning's not working in my truck very well. I get this draft from the back. So there's the picture.
Oops.
That's wrong, guys.
It happens, those guys are catching three.
So we don't put the hook through the chain. Mike, we need to go out and fix that.
I think that's
Just remind me.
safe.
You would, Roy. That's why Central, that's why you're still at Central, right? Alright, what's wrong? What does the law say for flagging, guys?
Corners.
At the extreme corners, and how far back do we gotta flag it?
All the way.
All the way. So, one flag, is that good? Hey, do they ever charge any of you guys for flags out at CMC?
They do it before.
So every time you're at CMC, what should you be
Oh,
grabbing? Grab 2 flags every time you're
If you
there.
take the oversized ones, you are about to miss 6 flags.
Magic Mountain?
6 flags.
Magic Mountain?
Uh,
So New Mexico, I wanna see a permit though.
It has it on the permit.
It does? 6? Where are the 6?
Okay, they
Go
got
back.
Two on the front, you got two on the bumper.
Yeah, no, you gotta put, 2
Yeah,
on the
you have
side
to
rails.
2 on your
In
front
the middle.
bumper.
Yeah.
You have to have 2
No.
on the,
No, you put 2 on the front of the load, right in the corner,
Colorado,
overhang,
they will,
2 in the back, and then 2 in the center of the trailer, right on the.
Colorado, Oregon, really, they like to have the flags on.
that's
the
where
front.
we're late.
Yes.
So when you're
Oversized.
turning,
Who has an oversized out of?
I got it right here.
Can I
I
get
got one.
the truck. They stopped me and told me to go up.
I don't have it right now, but I.
Yeah, they may need the two flags on the bumper for the link.
Yeah, no, you put it in the front of the load, so when you're turning, you know how it, you know, you turn and it goes out, you put it in the back and the one in the center of the trailer. I went in and they made me get 2 in the center, I never do that.
Okay.
They may do, two.
Right here. Yeah.
Alright, let's keep going. Phenomenal. Phenomenal.
That seems pretty bright.
Yeah, that's like.
Hey, but, listen, from our point of view, if somebody who runs into that, and we got a picture of it in the accident scene with those flags like that, I mean, come on, man.
They shouldn't be using those straps though. That strap is before that.
That light's too high.
That strap will break.
How many inches off the ground are you allowed to have those lights? 60 inches. How high is 60 inches?
Like 5 feet?
5 feet, very good. But, great job. I like this. Everything's at the back. It's beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. So I think he's good there with the lights. Look at this. Lights back there, flags on either side. Good job.
Made his own corner protectors.
Look at this. He did. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Look at that. Rags, washcloths.
From the
Stole those from us.
You can do that, that's good.
So, I mean, good job. Great job here, guys. Where you've got your belly chain in the back, because this is the back of the trailer.
Yeah.
Got 2 straps on every single one. Belly chain in the front. This is what we want. This is really good. Excellent, excellent job. Look at this. Cross chains. He can't get it all, but he's doing a pretty dang good job doing this. Chains. Man, that's great. Look at this. Great job.
Now we already seen that.
No, it's a different one.
Just a different key with it.
Look, great place to put your flags, right there at the back. The one on the other side, you use the 2-inch strap. And you guys carry the spaghetti rebar?
Actually, the flags on the right hand side are on the right places. You're on the rebar right there. Not the furthest. That's right.
Hey, I'll take this all day long.
Come on
Shit
now.
storm, the crap storm we used to do. I mean, I still catch guys, so out at CMC I caught somebody. They're still putting them on the wraps. And I'm like, no, you gotta move them.
That's like what, 2 feet?
Yeah, yeah.
What's on?
And the well.
Flags ain't on
The
the
lights?
Your flags have to be out. How big do your flags have to be, guys?
Like 12 by 8, like 18 or
18 square. 18 inches square. So if they're torn and shredded, they can write you. Good job. Keeps his life bar secured real nicely. Excellent. This is what I'm talking about. If they load rebar over the top of that, can you adjust it? No. Nope. All right, let's watch some videos.
How do they go to play?
What's he gonna do? Yeah.
That happens every day to me.
Hey, the big word for this safety meeting is anticipation. The minute you start to perceive the threat, so listen, a lot of guys say to me, John, I don't know why you don't trust me. I trust you guys.
Most of the other people.
I trust most of you guys. But it's the other people. It's just like when I was a trooper. I thought, man, I'm the best damn driver out here. I went 22 years without having a preventable collision. Over 40s pursuits. And when I first started, we could pursue people in town.
How many pit maneuvers?
0. We weren't certified in pit.
Oh.
That's right.
Well, I take that back. I pitted a motorcycle one time. Then he got up and tried to get back on the bike, and then I rammed him. So.
What the heck was that?
That car went off into the dirt on that side.
Oh, wait, what did pass
I
over?
think that guy came out of the meeting.
He was just rolling his pipe down, he said, damn.
No, well, he looked like he came from off the road though.
Yeah.
So he went off road and come back.
Well, who knows? I didn't get far enough back.
No, he's probably playing on
What's going on in front of him? Nothing but brake lights, right? And what did he do? He jerks right. Did you look?
Yeah,
No.
no,
We
you
don't
don't
know
know
what
the.
happened to reverse.
Yeah, tiny bit.
Come on. He didn't look, he just jerked right. So then we hit somebody to our right, and now we're at fault. Nope. No, we got lucky.
Yeah, lucky.
You don't have the skin to get.
Where's that on 10? That's on 10, right?
Now this one we gotta watch.
How fast was he driving in the fact? 60?
Yeah, he doesn't know how to get on the home ramp.
Somebody has oversized on the flag on the side.
Hit the gas.
That was you.
We're all like, who's this?
All right. Again, looking ahead, we should see brake lights. And not wait to jam on our brakes.
Not looking up far enough ahead.
All right, switch system, how far out should we look?
As far as you can see.
How many seconds?
15.
Minimum.
That's 15
I was doing that for Mike. Mike works hard to get you guys Smith system.
But you have noticed these pictures, right?
What?
They're all Peterbilt's.
That's not a Peterbilt.
Yeah,
It is.
Get up to 567.
No, you're right.
Yeah, those people just forget to leave it alcohol in your blood.
Huh?
That's what we all want, black mark.
That's like, you get the beer bill, you get that alcohol in your blood.
Yeah. Everybody thinks they gotta drop all the air out of their seat and squish down. Look over the dash like this. And then when people pass by. Sir. All right.
That's like this. That's like this.
It's like what?
Like this.
Here, right here.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You got your A painter up here. Come on, man.
Get it right, right on that.
But when that guy gets out of the truck, he's wearing his flip flops. Alright, listen.
You know, tarping can be really tough if you don't know what you're doing. If you're new to it, you know, it can be a little overwhelming. So here are some quick tarping tips to help get you started. Say that 3 times fast. You want to protect the edges from cutting through the tarps as well as you can. And you want to tarp from back to front. That way the front tarp lays over the next tarp, lays over the next tarp. That way you don't have wind problems going down the road. And if you have flaps, you want them hanging roughly 6 to 12 inches past the product. When you first lay the tarp down, you want to tarp the corners, and then you want to put one in the middle on either side. When you need to tie a bungee to a tarp that you know is going to be underneath a different tarp, you want to try to put that hook facing inward if you can. If not, make sure that you crimp your bungees nice and tight. And on the bottom here, just above the rub rail, I like to have some really nice tension on the tarps on either side. That'll keep those bottoms from flapping going down the road. And if you want to conserve bungees, you can always go from hook down to the rub rail, back up to the hook, and that'll save you some bungees if you don't have enough. Now, I'm not crazy about putting straps over the tarps, but it can be helpful in spots where the freight is uneven. And I guess the last thing I can say is try to make it look good. You know, whenever you're first beginning, you're gonna be slow. Don't worry about it, but do it right, because perfect practice makes perfect, not practice makes perfect. And if you wanna get yourself a nice set of tarps, check it out in the description down below.
They don't get the
We're trying to sell.
So listen, we have seen some horrendous tarp jobs. In fact, we got a call one time. And we get a call from another driver and he said, I just passed one of our trucks. He's going down the road and he's like 3 feet out on each side. And I'm like, so he's coming down through Vegas. So I pull up the Vegas cams. Remember that, Mike? I mean, the tarp was just blown out. People are swerving away from him when they're trying to pass him. I'm like, what the hell? Does he not have any bungee cords on it? Oh, you can go on to. So like you guys are all tracked. You have GPS. So.
Yeah.
Oh, look, where is he? Which way is he going? What road is he at? So then I split my screen and I'm over here. Gosh. So listen, this is our risk factors for this last month. Our speeding is up 7%. 8. So 90% of the time when I call someone and say, hey, way too fast. Oh, I was working on it. Well, sorry, that makes it okay. Because your truck stops even better when you're going downhill. Well, it does.
When it hits that big boulder.
So, control your speed. Jake brakes, brake. Do we ride the Johnny bar all the way down the hill? If you do, you can go out there and see the end results. It's stacked on top of another thing. Missing a lot of bed metal and stuff like that.
That was just the Coachella hill. Can you imagine if it was a deeper downgrade?
Like a great wide.
Bird trailer.
Oh, that's right, that one.
Yeah. So our crash, we're at 0. Harsh driving went down 29%. Excellent job. Policy violations down 95%. Excellent job. Collision risk went up 5%. Distracted driving up 119%. So listen guys, for those of you who have to keep your camera uncovered, if I see the center visor down, I'm going to pull it out of your truck. So I'm just tired of it. Traffic signals, we went down 25%. So good job. Believe it or not, there's lots of people who don't know how to use a sliding field.
Well, I learned this, I don't know how to do this.
What? Roy, I wasn't going to throw you under the bus. But thank you for answering up, because Roy calls in, How do I get more length? I don't know how to do it. I'm over on my rear drive, so I can't figure this out. I'm like, Lord, let me put a video in the sales meeting for you, Lord. Let's not. This is serious.
What is up, friends and family? I know there's some family watching, so hello everybody. I wanted to come and make this video today on how to slide the fifth wheel. I made the video yesterday on how to slide the trailer tandems. I had some people reach out on how to slide the fifth wheel, so I figured why not make a video on how to slide the fifth wheel. Better now than later. You guys need it now, so I'll give it to you now. Like I said, leave comments or email the email below with questions or things that you guys need help with, and I'll do my best to get it out ASAP and get a video out for you guys. So today I'm going to give you the 5 steps again, on how to slide the fifth wheel on your tractor trailer. Side note, this is only a demonstration. I'm moving the fifth wheel from the front to the back, but you're going to want to make sure that your fifth wheel is in the right place to have the right weight distribution on your drive tires, which I have a video that I'm going to be making. I'm going to get a whiteboard and everything and show you guys exactly how to change the weights on your steers, your drives, your trailer axles, everything. So stay tuned for that video. And if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe, like, thumbs down, whatever. It all helps the video. It doesn't bother me any. And don't forget to hit the bell. If you hit the bell, you'll be notified every time a new video comes out. So with that, let's get right into the video, you guys. All right, you guys, we got step number 1 of moving the fifth wheel. Let me show you exactly what we're talking about. Some of you may not know. So we're gonna go underneath here. So this is the tractor fifth wheel right here, this thing right here. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna move it from the front to the back. So it's gonna slide along this rail right here, and then we're gonna like that. So the first step we're gonna need to do that is we're gonna go over to the landing gear right here, pull, and we're gonna jack it down, and we're gonna go all the way down to the ground, and we're gonna want to lift the weight off of the fifth wheel. So let me do that real quick for you guys. Alright, so now it's all the way on the ground, but we're going to want to go a few more turns to lift the weight off of the fifth wheel.
Well, he's lifting the weight off. You guys have an empty trailer, you don't have to do this part. This is for a loaded trailer.
I'm going to do it one hand here. But you'll know the weight is lifted off the fifth wheel because you'll hear your airbags. You kind of hear them a little bit. That's what you'll hear. So, all right, let's jump to step number 2. All right, you guys, we're on to step number 2. You're going to want to start off with your foot on the brake. Once you do that, you're going to come over here to the fifth wheel slide right here, and you're going to push it over to the unlock. All that's doing is it's unlocking the fifth wheel to allow it to slide. Now, just like when you slide the tandems, you're going to leave the trailer air supply applied, so it's going to be pulled out, and you're going to push the parking brake in like that. So that's releasing the brakes on the tractor, but you're keeping the brakes applied, so locked on the trailer. So we want the fifth wheel to move back. So in order to do that, which way do you guys think we need to go? Yep, you guessed it, we gotta go forward. So we're gonna put in drive, and we're gonna go forward slowly and move it. I'll show you guys what that looks like after we're done. All right, so here it is, you guys. Remember, the fifth wheel used to be up there. Now it's all the way in the back. And it's got this little stop right here, so it stops the fifth wheel from sliding off the back. But as you can see, it moved back. All right, now let's go on to step number 3. All right, you guys, so step number 3 is really similar to step number 2. You're gonna start with your foot on the brake. You're gonna come over here to the fifth wheel slide, and you're gonna move it back to the lock position. Now that's pushing the pins back out to lock your fifth wheel. Again, you're gonna come over here, leave the trailer air supply applied, so pulled out, and then you're gonna push the parking brake in on the tractor. Now to lock it, it depends on where you have your fifth wheel, but since we pushed it all the way back, I'm gonna go in reverse to lock it. And that's gonna push the fifth wheel up, forward into the next notch. All right, so I'll see you guys on the next clip. All right, you guys, so step number 4. Very simple, but very, very important. You're gonna wanna do a tug test. So you're gonna wanna rock the tractor back and forth and make sure that fifth wheel is locked. You don't wanna take off and that fifth wheel will not be locked into place. So make sure it is locked. It's very, very important. All right, so last and final step. Catch you on step 5. All right, you guys, so the 5th step is simply...
Fifth step is rolling it up. Hang on. We're not done yet. So the fifth step is rolling up your landing gear, obviously. Unless you're at CMC and 14 and they just bend them. So listen, Scott's #1 request over the past couple months has been starting the fifth step. What's one of the biggest things you guys can do to ensure your fifth wheel will slide when it needs to? Keep it greased and keep it moving. So you should be sliding it every now and then.
At least twice a month if you don't move it much.
Yeah, because it'll seize up, it'll rust in place.
Well, I'm still
And-
confused, but I don't think I still do, my truck is, I got a stick tractor.
Right.
So I don't understand the little finger thing.
Well, it's because his arm, he had a shoulder surgery, and so when he's going down the road, he's like this. Keep it on his shoulder. So listen. If you don't enjoy your own jokes, you're really screwed up. So listen, anything that you guys need, we are here to help. A lot of people don't, just like on the website, there's load securement on the website. I'm working, trying hard to get everything lined up. But, man, I've been gone for 2 weeks. Next week I take off. And then I come back, fly out the next day to Vegas to another insurance conference. So,
That's a good
no, I hate Vegas. Anyways, so yeah, sitting in my hotel room. But listen, we have guys that are quitting. August was a crap month for us. We lost 17 people. 3 we fired. And let me just tell you this. If you get fired here, holy smokes. I mean, holy smokes. Me and Mike have to go and almost wrestle one of the owners because he, oh my gosh, it's interesting. Anyways, this is all recorded, so now I'm gonna get fired on Monday, hopefully.
Holy smokes, which way?
Holy
No,
smokes.
You'll have to.
Seriously?
He gives everybody so many chances.
Okay, I didn't say, that was Roy Moore, Stephen, Roy Moore.
Well, I want to make sure it's no limit right now.
No, I mean, there is chance after chance after chance. If you get fired from this joint, my gosh. Hey, you need to figure out another career, like unemployment. But we're here to help. So, like I said, August, 3 guys got fired, 14 quit. Does anybody know why the 14 quit? 14.
Were they newbies or oldies?
It was a combination.
Gary, Paul.
It was a speed thing, right?
Was it the speed thing? What speed thing? Does anybody know what the speed thing was? Hang on. Let's see what everybody else has to say.
So you get
No, no.
$3 a day, they'll charge you $50 and all that?
No, it's like if that thing dings in the thing, going 80 over, it's like fire like 25.
No, it's
You better not be going 80. in all seriousness, 100% serious, we want to know why people are quitting. We got nice equipment.
You.
Because of me?
You know.
Fire me, please fire me.
You know what we're talking about on that one.
What's the speed thing you're talking
Well,
about?
no, they were talking about, because I know a few people I heard, just heard them, because they're not gonna charge me for going on speed limit or something. That's
So
why-
what should we do? How should we control speed then?
Just knock them down to 65, man. If they keep going over, kick them down to 65.
And then it's
If
gonna
they
make
keep
it-
doing it, if they keep doing it, kick them down to
Because
55.
this is the dilemma.
That's gonna interrupt their paycheck.
This is the dilemma we have. Either we're in alert status and getting hosed, and if we stay in alert status, FMCSA will start finding us. And the thing that, when I would go into a company, if I noticed that when I went in, they had a bunch, say it was speed, I'd say, okay, listen, you gotta fix your speed. I'll be back in 30 days. If your speed isn't fixed, I'll fix it.
Well, them people that quit, you probably don't want them here, because if they quit over that, why the hell are you doing over 80?
Yeah.
After you guys sent
You
that
shouldn't be doing-
message
you
out,
shouldn't be doing
the
80
people that
anyways.
actually realized, that went down. You got more people that weren't going over 80
We
down
did.
hills. And
Yeah.
Is it
So
over?
it worked.
You got rid of the
So-
bad people. That was.
So there's two things. Going over 80 miles an hour, because why don't you going over 80? Your front tires are rated at 75, guys. That's why the trucks are limited to 75. So when I was at Empire, we had a guy coming off of I-17, heavy load, and he was running about 70 miles an hour. Those big balloon tires on the front that are rated at 22,000 pounds for your front axle, they're rated at 63 miles an hour. Since he was at 70, guess what his wife did? Because he died. He went right into the side of the hill.
When was that?
His wife sued Empire because we allowed him to drive over the rated speed limits on his tires. So, there's a reason that oh, man, that
What
was.
the hell is that?
There's a reason why we have it set at 75. So Stephen and David have to protect their investment. This is a huge investment. The building was millions and the property. All the trucks we have, I mean, those guys are leveraged out beyond their children's lives, I think. So we have to have to where we can stay in business and keep going. I think 75 is extremely generous. How many guys quit, Mike, that want to come back?
A lot. We get a lot of guys that wanna come back.
Probably over 50.
We don't always greener. Yeah, we don't take them back.
Yeah,
I
a
think
lot of
the
guys, if you've been here twice, that's it. I mean, very, very special cases will come back a third time. But then after that, no. It's expensive to hire somebody. I think it's like $6,500 is what we pay out of pocket before a guy gets into the truck and starts making money. $6,500. And you guys know our turnover. It's expensive. So we've got to figure this out. And that's why I come to you guys. You guys are the ones out there. You guys are the ones. So listen, when it comes to rules, we don't want the tail wagging the dog. But when the tail's wagging, the dog's usually what? Happy. So that's why we come to you guys and ask. But a lot of times I come to you and say, hey, what should we do about this? And here, you guys sitting here like this. Nobody wants to be the bad guy. I get that. But how do we fix the speeding issue? How do we fix, what can we do as a company?
Well, you've gotten rid of a lot of bad apples now, you know, that's where it goes from there.
Okay.
I mean, kind of, since our speed went down, we kind of got rid of all the bad guys. You know? Just don't hire them back.
Okay.
You know, that's what I would hire them
I
back.
think a lot of the guys that did quit, some of them were spoiled, and when they didn't get their ways on
Yeah.
low. No, seriously, seriously. They couldn't get their ways anymore, and they quit, started poisoning other drivers. I didn't say no names, but White Mountain does do a lot for the driver.
But like you were saying earlier, somebody has more privilege than others, and that's where he's coming in and saying that, like, you know, they just weren't getting their way anymore like they were used to. Now
you know, if you've been here longer, you know, you're gonna get all the good stuff.
Not always.
But, no, exactly, that's what I'm saying, that's just the way it goes, but I'm saying also that, you know, once you get used to it, and then you get, you know, pushed to the bottom, that doesn't, you know, well right with a lot of people. But I mean, hey, we're all here, we're all human, we're all the same, you know.
So listen, we're gonna keep the trucks at 75 for now. But if we continue to get left over like this, the government's gonna come in and say, like I would do. I'd say now, after 30 days, you got a couple more speed violations. I catch a truck over 65 now, and I'm gonna put your company in an unsatisfactory rating.
Well, now
Guess how many loads you get when you're in unsatisfactory rating? 0. Guess what happens? Now everybody here will be looking for a new job, and 2 guys will be going bankrupt.
Well, now what you should do is now, since you got rid of the bad guys, now work on the streets. Say if you get so many violations, you know, so many speeding, your shit gets dropped down to 65, and then you do it again, you get dropped down to 60 for so many months. You know, keep it there until they learn to go to the speed limit. You know.
Because it should be
Because
lower,
you're-
because
you're-
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 because
you're-
then when it comes to go over
They get
70.
their paychecks and they're like, shit, I don't wanna do this now, I'm gonna go to 60, you know, and then they're gonna fix it. If they don't wanna fix it, then they move on. You know?
I do it for Gardner.
People get used to it.
I mean, there's enough companies anyways, because any other company you go to right now, it doesn't matter what company you go to, there's nowhere that's gonna be above 75. And if they're gonna go somewhere else thinking, oh, you're gonna drop it to 65.
Well, a lot of companies,
They go there,
a lot of companies that do that get violations, they fire them. They're just out.
Yeah.
After the.
We just hired a
after
guy.
the second one, they're gone.
I can't remember if he's in the room or not, so don't speak up. Not too long ago, we hired a guy, he got 1 violation at the company and he came.
Yeah. A lot of
And
companies.
most, have drivers that are.
I think it was a logbook.
Huh?
Logbook violation.
Yeah, it was a logbook violation, and it came. So it's right there. So, I mean, we are super tolerable, so what I'm saying is, just please, while you're out there, encourage the others. I mean, I'm not advocating you guys to narc, but that just brought it up. Zachariah found a guy, and this should have been in here, I apologize. He had a stack of singles like 10 high, 1 strap going over the top, all the way down. And so Zachariah gets out and says, hey, we don't do that here. And the guy tells Zachariah, well, that works for me. Well, Zachariah didn't want to be confrontational, so he sent the picture to me and a text telling me what happened. So I texted the guy and I said, hey, blank, that doesn't work for me. Fix it and send me a picture. So he gets out of his truck and runs over to Zachariah and starts cussing him out. You snitch, mother freaking fracking. And Zach took it.
Really?
And I'm thinking to myself, number one, Zach should have, Zach did the right thing, to an extent. But Zach's a supervisor, he's a training supervisor. And I told Zach, I said, you should have said, I'll tell you what, get back in your truck, drive out to White Mountain, clean your shit out of our truck. You don't talk to us like that. You don't pay the insurance, you don't pay for the truck, you don't pay for nothing. So when the supervisor tells you to do something safer, you don't jump out and freak out on them. So, and the same goes for you guys, man. If you see something bad happening, get out and say, hey man, I love working here, I enjoy working here, or it's an alright place to work, if it wasn't for John. But knock this stuff off. This is not us. This gives us a bad image. You guys know the guys that run down the road and you look at their load on that flatbed and you're like, do you know what they do? We don't want to have those scabs, or those all doobies, or the other bad terms that they will use that we won't use because of the children.
Who the heck was his trainer?
Yeah. So, listen, we appreciate you guys. You guys are what make White Mountain White Mountain. And without you, we wouldn't have Jack Diddley. So we appreciate you. Come to me and Mike. Huh?
It's a driver appreciation week last week.
We appreciate you guys every day, seriously.
You have another 51 weeks before you get to
And,
appreciate
and if you don't believe me, Mike is hugging everybody that wants a hug. So,
Bring it in.
but seriously, thank you. If you have any issues, come to me and Mike. We will work tirelessly to make sure you're happy. With that, have a great week.
Hey, you lied. You should have been over. What happened?
I didn't realize all these guys are